Hello, guys. Welcome to Man United Bonafide. This, as usual, is your fan channel where we speak about everything Man United, and that includes um, things that involve other teams because they, in a way, whether directly or indirectly, affect Man United. And so today, as the topic of the show says, we'll be discussing um, the transfer so far regarding the top six clubs in the English football. Um, by top six, we don't mean uh, based on positions they finished in the league, because you know that would automatically kick Arsenal kick Arsenal out.
Yeah, you have to clarify that point.
Yes, I need to clarify that. Otherwise, some people might be left to the cold. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, as I was saying, the top six clubs simply means Man United, just in terms of history and club structure and position that they're ranked worldwide. We know they are Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. Yes, those are the six, six clubs that we know, that we follow, and we know the results, uh, and anything that one does basically it affects the other, and so those are some of the things we want to focus on today and just discuss the few that we'll be able to do. We'll be focusing on transfer, as I had said earlier. We saw the window opening about 2 weeks ago, I think.
yeah.
I think towards the end, at the beginning of this month, yes, it's almost 2 weeks ago. It was officially opened. Yeah, I think it was opened on first. I think so. Yeah, and we've seen a lot of movement in and out of the clubs.
Yeah.
And so we'll be discussing with my brother Caprice, who will uh, shout out to you guys a bit later. But if you're joining us and you're watching, please subscribe to the channel. We also say that you like the content, and also drop a comment right there. The topic is transfer, basically in regards to uh, top six clubs. Yeah, Caprice, how have you been,
Ye-
man?
Yeah, I've been fine. Very busy week, but I'm glad at least I'm available today, and for the remaining of the week, I'll be free. So at least I'm happy. I had a very long week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how you've been yourself.
I've been well. The past
Yeah.
2 days I've been busy, a lot of phone calls. That's why I could not even do the show yesterday. Yesterday, I think I
Okay.
spent the better parts of my day responding to phone calls.
Uh,
Yeah, it's what my work entails at times. So I do
yeah.
want to do a show, then
Yeah.
find myself in the middle of the show having to answer to
Oh
to
yeah.
phone
Yeah.
calls.
True.
Yeah, and then I had a lot of WhatsApp messages, people asking me questions, because uh,
Oh.
I have a technical background, so I
Okay.
tend to solve I tend to solve issues here and there for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but football is a passion for me. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the phone calls were from Ole.
Consulting me on how to deal with the Sancho issue.
Yeah. Especially that one. It's been a
Yeah,
bit of a headache for you guys. So I don't know
yeah,
what's up. But
yeah.
anyway, that's good.
The
It's all
Sancho
good.
the Sancho issue has been a roller coaster. Um,
The-
it's
yeah,
by nature, it's
yeah,
Man United. I'm not surprised. It's Man
yeah,
United. It's how Man United tend to do transfers. In the past few seasons, we tend to have that roller coaster where by the time the deal is done,
yeah.
the fan base. Sorry, I've knocked my earphones off. By the
Okay.
time the fan By the time by the time the transfer is done, the fan base is tired, and the joy is already sucked out of the transfer. We had the same with Pogba when we were signing Pogba from Juventus. We
Yeah,
saw the same um, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire. The other time, there's one that really dragged us.
Yeah.
The Bruno Fernandes, actually. Bruno Fernandes, we took 1.5 years to sign him.
Yeah, you took ages.
It was a long time. Yeah.
But I think this is a problem you guys have inherited post Ferguson. Yeah, because before, when Ferguson was there, there never used to be such issues.
Yeah, during Ferguson, you see now in the Ferguson era, we had David Gill as I think his name was David Gill as our CEO, and
okay,
he knew how to, he knew how the club was. He had the Man United DNA, and he knew how the club was run. He knew how things were done. He was quick and efficient. But in the Ed Woodward era, Ed Woodward is not a banker by profession.
By profession.
Yeah, he has a banker background. I think Man United is the first sporting franchise. Let me call it franchise that is that he's been involved in, and so sometimes you feel he handles Man United more like a business than a football club. But there needs to be that balance between the
football and business.
Yes, there has to be a balance, because we know the club has to make money, yes, but also the footballing side has to be is a major part. That's why it's called everything about Man United is built around football. In as much as it's business, it's built around football. Yeah, let me read a comment here from Fadili. Shout out to Fadili, man. Good to have you on the show. Fadili says, great to see you guys again. Yeah, we're also happy to see you, Fadili. Keep the chats coming.
There was something I was telling Fadili. I'll bring it up during the show.
All right, that will be fine. I see Jose is ready to join us.
Okay.
Let me just add him. Let me change the layout so that it fits much better. Which layout fits better? Okay, that one is the best. Yeah, welcome, Jose. You were just discussing Fadili's comment here, telling us great to see you guys. How have you been, Jose?
I've been fine, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to a great show once again.
Awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Seems it's been a busy day for you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we were discussing the Jordan Sancho quagmire that has plagued Man United, putting the fans on a roller coaster. At one point we are almost there. The next point it looks like we are not even there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say never count your chicks until they hatch.
Yeah.
So a quick one, Hansel.
Yes.
Maybe this is preempting, but do you think you guys still stand a chance to get him?
I think so. And I have high belief that it shall be done.
Yeah.
But of course, I do it with caution. I don't jump in with both legs. Having seen how the club failed the fan base with Bruno Fernandes. Actually, Bruno Fernandes was to come to Man United last summer.
Yeah.
He was to join us last summer, but at the very last minute, the club pulled out. We've never understood why the club pulled out, and that really hurt us. So, based on that history, I am confident that the club will sign him. Will sign Sancho. You get? Yeah.
Are you still confident even after the comments by the sporting director?
Yeah, the sporting director is known to make such comments. He's a good businessman. I would say
Yeah,
so. He knows how to play his cards well. I respect him
yeah,
for that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I respect him for that. He really knows how to play his cards.
yeah,
Um, he did the same to Barcelona. He did the same to Arsenal. He's done the same to a few clubs where he sets deadlines, and if those clubs
yeah,
don't meet the deadlines, he comes out to the public declaring uh, this player is staying with us. Then they
yeah.
show pictures of the player training,
Or
playing
the
with
player playing in joining the other players in preseason.
yes, and the other players in preseason. So with that history, we know he's a very good, shrewd, let me call him shrewd businessman who do anything to make sure the club gains. You get?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But um what gives me huge confidence is that
yeah,
I know our club drags transfers, number one.
yeah,
So that gives me confidence that we will sign Jordan Sancho, because I know with our club you never say never.
yeah,
It's yes, it's who we are. We always make things hard for ourselves. You even saw in the Europa League
yeah.
quarterfinals, we just had to make things hard for ourselves. Even in
Ah,
the race, even in the race for top four, we just had to make it hard.
talk,
We
talk,
have a
talk,
history.
uh,
We have a
talk,
history of making things hard for ourselves.
talking about you've mentioned Europa,
Yeah.
and I'd said I'd mention something I was telling Fadili during the week
Yes.
that you guys should change your names to Penalty United.
With the 21 penalties we've been given
Yeah,
this season.
yeah, you guys have broken the record for penalties. So, what is your secret?
Our secret is that
You get,
the secret is number one, our forwards are very good on
yeah,
the ball. You get, they're very good on the ball. Um, their dribbling is very good and very neat. The Martial,
yeah,
the Rashford, the Greenwoods, um, even our fullbacks are not that bad. And then you add Bruno and Pogba into that, you realize that we have ballers in the front, at the front. So whenever they're in the box, it is up to the defender to decide. Either you let him go and score, or you try and stop him. Perchance you might stop the ball. Like in that game, by the way, there's a chance the defender played, and he was able to stop Martial. But then
yeah,
again, in the next one, he considered they considered a penalty. Why? Because our forwards play the ball so close to their feet, and then they are quick. By the time you're coming to tackle them, the ball is gone. You make a contact, and it's a penalty. You get. Arsenal needs to learn
well,
that, right? In the last, as a matter of fact, in the last two games of the season, Arsenal
yeah.
seems to have learned that.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, the last two games of the season, you guys
Ah,
had three penalties.
no, don't
Three
drag us
penalties
in
in two
your
games.
strategy. Don't drag us in your strategy. We know what you do in
Every
training, in your training
everyone
sessions.
everyone loves penalties. No one, unless it's against you. Let me just read a comment
You,
here from Fadil. He says, Caprice, that's the corniest joke I've, I've ever
pe-
had.
Penalty United.
The penalty United. calling
Yeah,
calling Bruno Penaldo. He scored in his last 4 seasons. He scored all the penalties he's taken.
yeah.
The last time he missed a penalty was when he was in Udinese.
He's
So
called Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
when people are scoring from open plays, you guys can't score from open play, and then you're giving us excuses that we are quick, we are swift,
No,
and this is what you do in your training sessions. Like how
penalty.
many penalties we should win penalties? Yeah, that's what you do in your training sessions.
Yeah, it's called winning mentality. You do anything to win, my friend. That is what winning
Yeah,
is about. Yeah. You do anything in the book to win. Even if it is scoring with your stomach, score. Even if it is penalty, take that penalty. Even if you can score via a direct corner, score. You do everything to win. The winning,
Yeah,
it shows that
okay,
the winning mentality, the winning
we'll let that
mentality.
slide.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a question to both of you.
Yeah.
I see. Um. We have a Chelsea fan. I was hoping to get a Man City and a Man United fan. I'll just present the Man United a bit. Liverpool fans, Mazeni, Wachache, are very few in this country.
They are scarce.
I only know 2 Liverpool fans.
There are very few in this country. Let's not even get started regarding the Spurs fans.
Yeah.
I don't even think they exist in this country. Yeah. So just a quick one for the two of you.
Yeah.
What are some of the positions you think your club needs to strengthen in this transfer that you feel if the club does not strengthen, it will be a waste of the window transfer?
Okay, as for me, the defense has a very huge problem. If it were up to me, if I were Roman Abramovich, I would replace the whole back line and the goalkeeper. First of all, we need to get a new goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is mandatory. A new goalkeeper is mandatory. And then we go to the left back position and at least one center back.
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe a defensive midfielder to cover for Kante.
Yeah. Right. With the goalkeeper situation, the Copenhagen goalkeeper.
Hey, that's a mad goalkeeper.
And it really made our lives difficult, and everyone was saying if Chelsea needed a goalkeeper, here is one guy trying to get a transfer. Why can't they just sign him? What do you think about that goalkeeper?
Okay, that goalkeeper is a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can sign him.
Yeah.
Our focus right now is maybe on someone who has Champions League experience.
Yeah.
Someone like Onana from Ajax.
Yeah.
But the goalkeeper from Copenhagen is a good goalkeeper.
All right. So you said you need a goalkeeper and at least 3 defenders, center back or 2.
Yeah, and the left back.
By the way, to be true to you, I think you're right. Because your left back is dead. The 2 center backs you have seem seem to be slightly better than Arsenal's center backs, but they're headed there. They have a lot of mistakes in them, and yeah, you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Let me just read a few comments before we go to the Arsenal side. Arsenal signings are always my favorite.
Free transfer.
VDJ Hopes, mad shout out. Mad shout out to VDJ Hopes. You say what Man you tuna pesa ya jazi. He's commenting on my jersey. I'll get a jersey. I have one, but I'm planning to get another one. And I'm planning to get at least 2. I'm looking for a retro, the old ones.
Yeah.
Are you guys okay? Seem to have frozen on the screen.
I mean.
Okay. Freezing again. Let me continue. I'm getting jerseys. Don't worry, DJ Hopes. Don't worry. I hear your banter.
It is a concern.
I'm getting jerseys. I'm looking for the retro ones. You get? I know where to get them. Only that now, with this corona situation, can't be moving a lot.
They prefer the vintage.
Yes, I prefer the vintages. If I can get a Sharp or an AIG one.
AIG.
Yeah, that would be very befitting. There are so many jerseys around here, but I don't really like them. Yeah.
Hobbs himself doesn't have a jersey, so I think he's speaking for all of you guys.
Is he for the fan base?
Yeah, I know him very well.
Let me hear what Victor Dosho. Hey, what a name! That's a good name, Dosho. He says, but you have a goat who? Goatma. I think he's referring to Gilmore.
Yeah, that's the nickname for Billy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Top player that one.
Yeah, Billy Gilmore is good, but now I get worried when a player starts getting those long-term injuries at a young age. We saw it with Wilshere. Wilshere was meant to be world class, by the way, at Arsenal. We saw it with there's another young player whose career was messed up by injuries. I'm trying to remember. He was a Man United player. Forgotten his name.
Was it Hargreaves or?
No, Hargreaves was not young though, but Hargreaves also had to end his career early because of injuries. Walcott was also hampered by injuries. Oxlade, also.
Diaby.
Yes, even Diaby. You see now when young players start getting those long-term injuries, I get worried. I watched Gilmore play a few times, and I was like, this boy is good. But then the last game he played, he reminded me he's a youngster. Sometimes they remind you he's still learning. You say, wow, this kid is good. Then in the next game, you're like, okay, was it a fluke or what? Then you remember, he's still a youngster.
May I just respond to Victor Dosho?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you see, a player like Gilmore, he's inexperienced and he's not a natural defensive midfielder. He's more of a register.
Yeah.
Someone like Jorginho is a Jorginho type of player, but we need a solid defensive midfielder. Someone like Declan Rice, who can come and fill in for N'Golo Kante. Someone who's up for the defensive duties.
Yes, I agree. Gilmore plays. I think if Lampard can build the midfield around him to suit his playing style, I think he can serve the purpose. We used to have Carrick at Man United, who was not physical like N'Golo Kante or Ndidi or Thomas Partey, but he was very effective in that CDM role.
Okay, so Barcelona, you see with Chelsea, with their defensive, we need a physical defensive midfielder to protect the back four. Billy Gilmore is not that person. Jorginho is not that person. We need a N'Golo Kante there, yes, or a solid defensive midfielder. Someone like Zakaria. I don't know if you know Zakaria from Mönchengladbach.
Yes, I know.
Is it Mönchengladbach? If I'm not wrong. Yeah.
I think he plays in the German league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching him during the lockdown, then the project restart, and I think he's pretty decent.
Yeah.
He's pretty decent. Yeah. I won't say outright that I know so much about him, but the little I saw, I said this guy can do a job. Yeah. Let me move on to Braxton Jr. Braxton Jr. says one match doesn't determine someone's ability. I agree, especially in the Premier League, you need to do it. Or let me say in the football league, English league, you need to do it consistently.
True.
For a few games. Yeah. You remember Guendouzi from Arsenal in the first season. I even tried scouting him. I was saying, because he was seriously desperate for midfielders at that time. I was scouting him and saying, this kid can do a job for Man United. Then he comes and does a madness.
That kid has been linked to PSG and Barcelona, by the way. Have you seen that?
Yeah. So it means he can do a job.
He can do a job. Unfortunately, I think he has fallen out with our manager.
Yeah.
So we'll be letting him off this transfer window.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Okay, he's still young though. I wouldn't
Yeah.
sell him. If, would still give him more opportunities, but for the manager to sell him, there must be something that he did that the manager doesn't really like. Yeah, I remember when
Yeah,
Ole
because if he took, yeah.
I remember when Ole got to Man United, the first thing he did was to kick Fellaini out. And we were celebrating because we had really prayed for Fellaini to go. And then before we knew it, Lukaku was gone. Yeah, the people that we right now we kick Sanchez out, and we are very happy about that. Yeah. We need another comment before we move on to Arsenal. Chelsea will do well even if Suarez was their keeper. I don't know if he's referring to Luis Suarez or Denis Suarez, but whatever Suarez is, that is. The other day, people were saying, were arguing and saying, you remember the day Pogba gave away a penalty when we were playing West Ham, and that same week, was it Kepa? Kepa did a madness against Liverpool. We were like,
Kepa costed us in that game.
We were like, dude, if Pogba is a better goalkeeper than you, this is serious. Because Pogba cannot let a free kick go in. And here is Kepa letting shots after shots going in.
Yeah, there's something about these Spain goalkeepers nowadays. I don't know what happened to these guys.
Spanish goalkeepers.
Corona, maybe. Yeah.
It's possible, but we can't blame Corona on their form. Corona has affected everyone. I think it's just a period where Spanish football is not really producing the very best that they used to. Of course, they're trying to recover, but I feel like other nations are miles ahead of the Spanish team right now. Generally, even if you look at their strikers, their defenders, even their midfielders, because we knew the Iniestas, the Javis, the Cazolas,
the Fabregas,
the Pedros, when they were on form. We used to know that Spain, if you want top midfielders, you go to Spain. You get? The one matters. If you need the very best, out of top 10 best midfielders, I think they had like 6 in the world at that time.
True.
Yeah, but it's just a season. England suffered that some time back. There was a time when the English team had the Danny Welbecks as their best player.
You had to mention Welbeck.
No, he's our protege. He's our protege. Yeah. So yeah, he's ours. Yeah, but he wasn't world class. That's what I'm saying. He would do a job, but he wasn't world class. There was a time you'd look at the English national team and you're like, who are these boys? They play for Tottenham. You're wondering what's going on with the English team. Yeah. That's the last comment. When someone has brought us back to Guendouzi. Guendouzi is a young Balotelli character-wise. I want us to couple that with the question I had asked earlier. What are the positions that you feel as Arsenal the club needs to strengthen? If the club does not strengthen, it will be a wasted window.
Okay, first of all, I think the most basic and so obvious positions that we should strengthen are centre backs. We need very good, solid centre backs. Up to now, we still can't trust those guys in front of our keepers. They are a bit shaky and.
David Luiz has had 5. He's given away 5 penalties this season, the most by any player. And most games he's not been starting by the way.
Yeah. I think these Chelsea guys, I don't know why they are
There
dumping
was
their
a
players. These Chelsea
Yeah,
guys are dumping their players in our team, and I don't like it.
that reminds me.
Ah,
there was
We were
someone who
discussing
was
with
saying
Mahari. Yeah.
there was someone who was
Okay.
saying that instead of Arsenal fans focusing on the many penalties Fernandes
Yeah.
is given, they should focus on reducing the number of penalties Luis gives
Yeah.
away.
I also said so because Arsenal fans every time Man United are given a penalty
yeah.
FC, Fernandes, and I'm like, David Luiz has given 5 penalties away, and no one is speaking about it. We were
There's
discussing
something.
we were discussing with
Yeah.
Mahari, the one that has made the Guendouzi is a
Comment.
good
Okay.
friend of mine. Yeah, we were discussing the other day, and we were saying um, Chelsea seems to be having. As a matter of fact, if you look at a good number of Premier League teams have former Chelsea players, by the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. True.
yeah, we were saying that Chelsea sent them to those teams to do a job for them. When we were playing with West Ham, Declan Rice was like, "Dude, you guys are not winning this game. He just decided you guys are not winning." And then when Chelsea were playing Arsenal, David Luiz did a madness.
And also there was a time we played Chelsea in the finals at Baku, Europa
yeah,
finals,
yeah,
and Peter Cech did a number on us, and I
yeah.
was thinking to myself, this guy has been sent. And
We sent him there on purpose.
and immediately after that game, he got a job. Chelsea got him a job, so he was rewarded for his actions.
Yes. I think he's not a director of football. He's something, and that is it sporting director. I can't remember his title. Chelsea fans
And
remind me
He's
of
a technical advisor.
yes, technical
so
advisor. Yes, I think
Yeah.
that's the term.
so
Yes,
I also get worried when I hear somebody like Willian is coming our way. I don't
We sent
know.
him there on purpose. He finishes the year, he comes to Stamford Bridge, we gave him another job.
Yeah, I don't know what's the agenda, because these guys are trying to make London blue by all means, and we know
yeah,
obviously London is red.
yeah.
Since
So
when?
the,
Since when?
so there's something that you guys are up to. Anyway, I was saying that we need good center backs.
Yeah.
And apart from center backs, because I feel like our right back and our left back positions are well catered for. We also need good central midfielders and a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we get somebody like Thomas Partey, I think we'll be somewhere. Lucas Torreira was brought to deal with that issue, but he didn't live up to the hype that he came with. So we need good central midfielders. And if you get these midfielders, I think we'll be good to go, because I think our forward positions
Yeah.
are well catered for, even if we'll have additions like Willian, and we keep Aubameyang and Lacazette, and we have good players, young players, Akina Saka, we have Willock. I think all the other positions are catered for, but the midfield and center back, we need to do something. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
agree with you,
as for
especially.
the
Yeah.
center back position, I think you have this guy. You had bought him, but you sent him back on loan.
Saliba. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
So-
already sorted.
But Saliba is young. I think Saliba is 20 or 21.
yeah.
We need somebody. We need somebody on his peak to mentor
Go get-
these young guys.
Go get
So
Khalid.
yeah.
Go get Khalidu. He's rated at I think 80. Arsenal
They
can't
don't have the money.
can't
They don't
comp
have
out
the money.
80. They are even retrenching people. Thomas Partey has a release clause of 40. Arsenal is going 23 to bargain. You guys are mad.
Where are you guys getting your money from? Because we are
Man
doing our
United.
math, and things are not adding up. Even
Man
with
United.
this
We are
corona.
a global. Man United is a global club, my friend.
Yeah.
Imagine we didn't put people on fallow. We supported NHS. we are still feeding children, and we are still paying Sanchez. We are still paying Sanchez salary to stay away.
So you see the advantage all you guys have over us, but we'll try. Next season, you guys always say that next season is our slogan, but I promise you next season, there'll be a difference.
Yeah, there'll only be a difference if you guys recruit well. The problem is you guys recruit so many, but either they are too young or they are fading out. You're bringing in the David Luizes, or the Martinellis, who still need a few years to get there.
True.
Yeah, and then you get the Ceballos on loan. You bring him for a season, and the next season you've not even planned of how to deal with his absence. You get?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so it's all about, because now you see, when Ole came, we've released a few players. We've released, like Man United, we've released Sanchez, we started with Fellaini, Lukaku went, Ashley Young went. Phil Jones seems to be surviving every transfer. We have Smalling who went to Roma, but he might come back because seemingly there has not been an agreement between the two clubs.
I've seen a rumor on Smalling.
Yeah.
I think the way Chelsea is making Arsenal their retirement camp for their players.
Yeah.
Even you guys are making Inter Milan your retirement destination, because even Smalling has been linked with what do you call it, Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, yeah. Smalling is a decent defender. That one I'll tell you. I started watching Smalling. It was Euro under 20. Was it under 19? That was my first time. And he partnered Jones. Was it under 19 or under 21? And he partnered Jones in the center, in the defense.
In the defense.
Yeah, he was playing the last man. Jones was playing number 4 role. But in those days, there was still a distinction between number 4 and number 5.
Yeah.
I tell you, England was knocked out at the group stages, but Smalling made it to the team of the tournament. Imagine you are knocked out, but you still make it to the team of the tournament. Yeah,
must have been a very
he was a good defender. Only that now he didn't live to his full potential at Man United. Partly the club is to blame. Because we had poor coaching. We had poor coaching, which didn't help so many players. Even Martial and Rashford, you realize that they were stagnated till the other day when Ole now started bringing the best out of them. Almost all our players were stagnating. You get, because of bad recruitment and bad coaching. Then also club really trying to save money where they're not supposed to save money. Because if you have good fullbacks, if you have top world-class fullbacks, even your center backs look decent. Like now when we play with Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, even our center backs look decent. Even if we keep saying they are slow. You get, if you have a proper CDM, when Chelsea has N'Golo Kante, you realize that there are not many mistakes in the defense. But when N'Golo Kante is not there, you realize, goodness, what these people have been earning salary here. These people have been earning wages here, stealing fraudulently stealing wages. Let me just read a few comments. And Andrew seems to be agreeing with Junior. Junior, let me just return the Junior comment. Genduzi is a young Balotelli character-wise. Andrew Ogango, another good friend of mine, is saying Kweli Sana. Kweli Sana, for those who don't understand Swahili, it means very, very true. Mahari responded by saying, Andrew, if he's not careful, he may fade away haraka sana. Managers want some sort of discipline. Haraka sana means very fast. For those who don't know Swahili, it means very fast. Sana, so learning language here, sana means a lot, fast, depending on context. Yeah. Fadil is saying, my inbox was filled with Arsenal fans making noise about the Manu and Copenhagen game. Yeah, I know. Arsenal fans were waiting for us to be knocked out. Right now, we are not getting knocked out till we lift the trophy, my friend. The trophy is coming back to England. I hear people speaking about that's a subject for another day. We'll do
Yeah.
pretty much speaking about Sevilla. Sevilla will beat Man United. I'm like, you guys, you're on a madness. Sevilla is not beating Man United.
Okay,
Not
let's
even
wait and see.
Sevilla is knocking you out.
Only time will tell.
Not even Inter Milan. Fadili, I hear you, my friend. Usually when we lose, my phone keeps ringing and I get tagged on posts both on Twitter and Facebook like madness. Mahari is responding to Caprice's comment. We dump at Arsenal for future use when meeting with you guys. Yeah.
And we'll get to the bottom of that.
Another comment is referring to the earlier post. That's Andrew responding to Mahari. Kweli sana, but if he gets a manager like Klopp who can manage big egos well, he can do very well. I still believe there's a player in Guendouzi. That is my feeling. There's a player in him. That is one thing I still believe. He just needs proper coaching, and also he needs a team where there are world-class players, so that he can realize that he can calm down. You get? I remember I was watching something regarding a video about Rio Ferdinand. He was saying when he was at Leeds, he felt like he was there. He was one of the best players at Leeds. At that time, he was being touted to be the best centre back in the world. He was not there yet, but he had the potential. But he thought he had gotten there till he landed at Man United, and he realized that he was far away from the class that was to be maintained, the class, or rather the standards that were needed, and the mentality. So he had to change his mentality. He had to work hard. He was saying that even when he was on holiday with his friends, the friends they used to be with at West Ham, in the morning people would wake up and they would be asking, and where is Rio? They would be the response would be like, Rio is out training. He's training, and they've already he's just from winning the Premier League. Actually, that time he had won the Champions League. That was in 2008.
Yeah.
He's on holiday, but he's training like he's not won anything. Why? Because of the team that he was a part of. So I think if someone like Guendouzi goes to a team where people have a world-class mentality, I think he can flourish. He can relearn the basics and build something for himself. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want us to let him go. If it was up to me, I'll try every way possible to let him stay, because looking at what this guy is doing when he's 21 or 20, you can just imagine what this guy will do in the future when he's 25, 26, 27 on his peak. And I think this will be a very big player. So it's quite a loss for us if he'll head away. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I think Arsenal will just have to let go of Guendouzi. If you look at their transfer budget, Arteta's been told that in order to sign players, he needs to offload some. And their transfer budget, I think it's about 45 million or thereabout. So I think he'll just have to get rid of players like Guendouzi. Remember, since the game after... Ozil, it's difficult to get rid of. It's difficult to get rid of Ozil right now. Yeah, there's no team in Europe which can afford his big wages right now.
Yeah.
But I think Arsenal are willing to pay him off his contract, so is somebody that we should get rid of. But as Jose had said, the wage is a very big issue. So I don't know what you can do to free our wage bill.
You can terminate his contract. We did that with Sanchez. That's why he was able to move to Inter. We didn't sell Sanchez to Inter, by the way. We simply terminated his contract.
Terminating his contract make any difference? Because you will still have to pay him the remainder of his wages for the remainder of the deal.
As a matter of fact, it's an agreement between the three parties. Like for us, we had Sanchez. Inter took him on loan, right, with an option to buy. You get, that was the agreement. When the time came to buy, his wages were still too high because he was on 350. If you add bonuses, he was almost earning 450. You get, so we because Sanchez also wanted to go, there was a mutual agreement between the three clubs. So Sanchez accepted to take a pay cut. You get, and we accepted to we had a mutual agreement where we accepted to terminate the contract so that Inter can have him. You get, so it was it becomes an agreement between the three parties. But if you call a player and tell him that you're terminating a contract, of course you have to pay him. You remember with the Mourinho matter where we terminated Mourinho's contract, we had to pay him for the rest of the contract.
Yeah, even Chelsea has had problems with Conte. We've been to court several times.
Yeah,
because of that issue.
Yeah, you have to do it. Eventually you have to do it.
Yeah.
It will free your wage bill because 350 is a lot. I hear it's on
350 it is.
Minus the add-ons.
Yeah.
You get minus the bonuses. 350 is so much. With 350, you can get 4 to 5 players who can you can pay salary for 4 to 5 players because most players start at 50, somewhere between 50 and 70 as they go.
Yeah. Onwards to 100.
Yeah, between 50 to 100. Most players you will find them between there. Yeah. Now. Regarding signings, who are some of the players you feel that your clubs have the highest and the best chances of signing this season? This window.
Okay. As for Chelsea, we've already gotten Ziyech and Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Okay, right now we are about to sign Kai Havertz. I think it's only a matter of time, as Fabrizio says, because if you look at Havertz, it's only us and Bayern. And Bayern have categorically said that they're not going in for Havertz unless it's next season.
Yeah.
So I think Havertz will be a Chelsea player sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
That's the one signing that I'm sure of as of now.
All right. My only concern with German players is that they usually tend to. Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you there? You guys are glitching. As I was saying.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hola.
I can hear you very well.
Okay, there seems to be a problem with the internet. I even see on my side I'm also glitching. As I was saying, my only concern usually with German players, German nationalities, is that they usually tend to end up at Bayern Munich. Hola.
Yeah.
Hola.
Hola. I can hear you loud and clear.
I can hear you.
Yeah. So, if you don't get him now, if Chelsea does not get Havertz now,
okay, so
I think
you see, personal terms have already been agreed with Havertz. I think he's agreed to a deal, 5-year deal for 5 years worth about 200k a week. So what's
Yeah.
remaining is the agreement with Leverkusen. And
Yeah.
Leverkusen, unlike Dortmund, they are open to installments, paying the full amount in installments. So that,
Okay.
that makes it more favorable for us
Okay.
because Bayern is completely out of the race for this season.
That's true. Because of finances.
Yeah.
That's why Bayern is also trying to sell players so that they can free some finances they can strengthen because of the corona issue.
Yeah.
Corona has really exposed who's who in, in the world financial
But Chelsea
yeah.
is signing players left, right, and center.
But you see, Chelsea had a ban, so they were not really signed. So they still have money from like two windows. And then we all know that Abramovich is usually willing to spend. We know that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that those are the two factors that are working for Chelsea. It's not that Chelsea is a wealthy club. It's that number one, Corona came at a time when Chelsea was just recovering from the
Yeah.
2 window ban. For two
It
years they
it
didn't
was
buy
one because
one.
the ban was removed in January, but we
Yeah.
did not buy anyone.
Yes. Then also, you guys in the last window you released a few players, and what's his name? The guy you dumped at
It was
Arsenal.
Hazard, Morata.
Yes. You've even reminded me. You guys have almost 200 from Hazard and Morata, just like there. So you see that's what has worked for Chelsea. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
with that's why you see Chelsea spending, and we're wondering where is Chelsea getting the money. It's because they have the money in the bank that was lying idle. For Man United it's just serious. Well, that one we can't compete with. Even Real Madrid need to sell. Imagine Real Madrid need to sell to buy.
What?
Yeah, that's why you see
Yeah.
there's not so many people going for Sancho because they can't afford Sancho. It's only Man United.
Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment it's only Man United. Not even Chelsea can afford Sancho.
We can, but right now it's not a top priority.
If you guys go for Sancho, I guarantee you will need the Hazard money plus the a bit of Morata money.
We can go for Sancho, but we'll need to pay them in 10 installments.
Yours would even be 100, 100 installments. Because I know that the first bid you guys will do would be 20 M with installments. 5 per season till it's finished.
Remember, they are not yet done with Pepe's installment.
Yeah, they're not even finished.
It was only 72 million.
Yeah.
We are slow but sure. We are coming. We are heading somewhere.
Yeah.
So there's a question you had asked earlier. Well,
Yeah.
I think the only player I'm sure will sign that I'm very sure is Willian, because he has already done the medical, and he was a free transfer, so I'm sure he's already in our cards. And so the other people that you have been linked with, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to be optimistic and hope that people like, we've even been linked with Coutinho, so I'm hoping something will happen. These guys will play their cards well, and will be happy at the end of the transfer window.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a center back you guys were linked to, the Gabriel guy. It looked
Yeah.
as if you guys were winning that race. I don't know where that faded to.
So it's still on hold. Even you guys have heard you've entered the race, so I'm not. But Gabriel himself wants to come to Arsenal, so most likely we can also bag him too. So let's wait and see. Can never be too sure with us.
Yeah. The rumor has it that he chose Arsenal over Man United.
Yeah.
Which personally I don't understand why. It's hard to put a finger why someone would choose Arsenal at this current situation where Arsenal can't even pay its workers. But
We
some of
play
it
for, these guys play for the badge.
for the badge, it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. If it is a matter of rebuild, I think Man United is a better project to me.
Mm.
I was even wondering, Jude Bellingham chose Borussia over, only later to come to realize it was about money. Borussia were
Yeah.
willing to pay him more. Yeah, because you see now for us, for the
Yeah.
youngsters, especially if we are coming from championship, there's a threshold we can't pass. That's why we even released Angel Gomez, because we gave Angel Gomez 30. We were paying
Yeah.
him 30 as a youngster who's not a first teamer,
Yeah.
first we were giving him 30, but he still chose to go away. Why? Because we couldn't pass that. Because it does not make sense. Uh, Jude Bellingham has not done anything. He's just had one season.
Yeah.
As good as he is, it would be not the best decision to make, because he was coming to grow with the
Yeah.
team. He was not coming into the team like now. You see now the difference with Jude and Sancho is that Sancho is coming to, and we know Sancho is coming, and he has the ability to be a fast
A
a
first team
starter.
starter. Yeah.
Yes, but for Jude, you won't come and replace Matic or Fred or McTominay immediately. You'll have to grow maybe a season, then the second season. You get.
Yeah.
So I think that's why
Okay,
he
so
chose Borussia.
I think he chose Borussia. I personally think that was the best decision for him
Yeah,
because at Man United it will be
yeah,
very hard for him to get game time, and for a player to grow as a player and to get experience, you need time on the pitch. At Dortmund, it's more easier to get playing time than at Man United. And I think one other thing that inspired him was the way he saw players like Sancho going to Germany
yeah.
and rising, players like Christensen. Christensen
Oh
before
yeah.
he was at Chelsea, but we sent him to Borussia Mönchengladbach on loan for 2 seasons.
Mm.
He ended up gaining a lot of experience. So I think that might have inspired Jude Bellingham to go to another league.
To
Yeah,
and
just to get the
and
experience.
I think let's clear out one thing here. I think that there's a media fallacy that makes Borussia look like the heaven for young players. It's a lie. The reason why I'm saying it's a lie, um, we all know that a club like Man United, Arsenal, and Barcelona, though Barcelona have become spoiled of late,
Yeah,
are known for nurturing young talents and bring them through the ranks. Now, the same Borussia that you're speaking about, in that midfield, we have Daoud, we have Witzel. Um, we have about 3 players that are currently ahead of who? Of Jude Bellingham. It's the same situation with Man United, only that Man United, the project is much better because Matic is old. You get?
yeah.
So
mm.
unless you give me another excuse, which my reason is money, because Borussia paid him more than what we were paying him, and then with Borussia, you know that it's a stepping stone. It's not the final destination. You're always sure you can always move. You get? They can
Yeah.
always release you easily when that
Yeah.
time comes. And the only logical reason to me is money, because he would have come to our club. Right now, Matic does not really have an outright replacement. Bellingham would have been Matic's replacement easily. You get? Because we don't have another CDM that is outstanding that you can say this is a proper CDM that can fill this position when you don't have
Yeah.
Matic. Yeah.
Matic himself is not outstanding.
Yeah, he's been good since the restart.
Yeah.
Uh, but still we need someone. So if Jude really needed somewhere to grow, I think Man United would have been a better program.
Bit option.
Yeah, but let's see how the season goes. We are just here to speculate. Maybe Borussia has a way of bringing him. He might even be benching someone already, and we don't know. Let's wait for the season to start. Yeah. For the same question, for Man United, I think if we, I'm confident we can get Sancho. I'm confident we'll get three signings. We'll do three signings. We'll get Sancho, a midfielder. Grealish seems to be have been overpriced. We were to go for him, but he seems to be overpriced. If what's the name? If Aston Villa reduce the price, then we can still get Grealish. But for the 70, 80 that they're speaking about, it's too much. We'd rather go get the Van der Beek guy from Ajax.
Yeah.
Than, that's my opinion. I'd rather we go get Van der Beek at 40. You get save this 40, get a center back or a CDM. Because we seriously need a CDM. We seriously need a proper CDM is needed at our club. Yeah. A few other clubs have done their signings. We've seen Liverpool signing Costas, the defender.
Yeah.
We've seen City doing the Ferran Torres and Nathan Ake. Spurs doing the Højbjerg from Southampton.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of these signings? If we may start with the Liverpool signing, the Costas. Personally, I don't know a lot about him, apart from what I've seen on YouTube.
I think personally that's a good signing for Liverpool. You remember that Liverpool do not have cover for Robertson. When Robertson is injured, someone like Milner has to come and fill in. So by buying that new guy, I think that's a good signing for Klopp.
Yeah.
He can now begin to rotate more often because players usually get tired over time.
Yes. I saw there's a clip on YouTube. Is it on making rounds on social media showing Pepe rinsing the guy? Internet does not forget, my friend. Yeah, you're saying you had a point, Capri?
Well, I think my opinion is that I agree with Jose that that's a good signing, because I feel like Liverpool is one of those teams which were lucky enough to have a very strong first 11, but in my opinion, I don't feel like they didn't have good options from the bench, and they're also lucky that they didn't have injuries. So they'll need to strengthen even their bench options for next season. Yeah, it's a good signing.
Yeah, generally, Liverpool's recruitment over the past 2 or 3 seasons has been good. One of their policies is that it doesn't matter how good you are, if you're injury prone, there's a risk of you getting injured if they don't sign you. We saw it with that French guy whom they were supposed to sign from Lyon. He now plays for Nabil
Fekir.
Fekir. Yeah, Fekir has an issue with his knee. He's a world class. He has the potential of being a world class player, but he came to Liverpool, had a medical, but was rejected because of that. And if you look at the Liverpool recruitment over the past few seasons, they don't get injured a lot. They don't get injured a lot. They don't get those weird injuries a lot, because that's what they've been doing over the past few seasons.
Yeah, that's a very good strategy they have.
Yeah, that's why their players don't get injuries a lot. It's the same strategy I've seen as also emulating, because you realize that our signings this season have not really been injured a lot. You look at Dan James has not really been injured. You look at Bruno. You look at
Bisaka.
Maguire, who's played every single minute in the Premier League this season. Look at
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka, who's missed, I think, a match or two. The four signings we made this season, they're not really injury prone, and I think that is why we've been able to even give Chelsea and Leicester a run for their money at the end of the season.
Yeah.
About City, you wanted to say something about you had said there's Nathan Ake and Ferran Torres. City bought Nathan Ake for 40M. Do you guys rate Nathan Ake as a centre back?
Well, I don't know why these players are, the prices are going well ahead of what I value these players for, and I don't know, the market value for these guys, or the market has been spoiled, if I can use such a term.
Yeah.
I don't feel like if I was the one making the signing that I'll get such a player for that amount. The most I could pay for that player is maybe 28 or somewhere in that region. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's that's
not sounding half
no.
paid. Coming with 23s, 22.5s.
So that clearly says what I feel about the player. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I know with
Yeah.
signings, either if you are British or you've been in the British leagues, there's something they refer to as the British tax, which I don't understand. It's only British that understand it.
Yeah.
Their players seem to be of a higher value than players who are either of the same quality or even better from other leagues. That's why I was saying, you see, like Jack Grealish, is good, and I know he will improve as he comes, and he will improve any team. I had rumors at one point that he should go to Arsenal. If he went to Arsenal,
Yeah.
he would improve Arsenal.
Yeah.
But paying that weird amount of money, yet there's Van der Beek waiting to be signed somewhere at half price.
Yeah.
Madness. It's madness to me. You get it? Because you see
Think
now with
is
Grealish is not coming to get into the first team immediately. So it's not like it's an emergency signing like we had with Bruno. You get it? Imagine we had Bruno
Yeah.
for 50 and 50 and Grealish is going for 80. Madness. Yeah. You're saying?
that's why I don't want Chelsea to sign a player like Chilwell. Player like
Yeah.
Chilwell, Leicester want about 60 million.
Yeah.
That 60 million, if you compare with left back like Sevilla's Reguilon
Yeah.
or Tagliafico, they both go for about 25 to 30 million.
Yeah.
The rest of the money you can invest in other positions like centre back, or maybe even get Onana, who goes up for about 30 million pounds.
Yeah. Personally, besides the value, I have never rated Chilwell. Internationally, I usually support England. I'm usually worried when I see in the first in the starting 11 because I know madness. If the opposition just realize how weak this guy is defensively, they would rinse him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't rate Chilwell personally. So when Leicester are telling us that actually there's a time they valued him for 80 at 80, and I was like, this guy's mad. 80 for who? There are 1,000,001 fullbacks in other leagues that you can get for
Yeah.
20 who are miles better than
Miles ahead.
yeah, miles better than Chilwell. Yeah. The City have also signed Ferran Torres from was it Valencia or Sevilla? I think it was
I think
Valencia.
it was Valencia.
Yeah, I did watch him a lot. But from word on the street, people seem to rate him highly. I don't know what you guys say about Ferran Torres.
Well, me, I don't know much about him, so I don't. Maybe I don't have an opinion of him. Maybe we'll wait and see. Let's wait and see, and what he'll come to do and deliver as the season starts.
All right. Yeah, I think we are in the same boat. I don't know much about him. Jose?
Yeah, yeah. Me too. I've not been following him so much, but
Yeah,
I think having sold Sane to Bayern,
yeah.
City needed someone to replace him.
Okay.
And then
Good.
Pep, we just have to trust in Pep. He must have
Uh,
seen something from him because Pep does not go for ordinary players.
yeah, remember he signed Lo Celso, who's been a flop, is potentially a flop. Let me not say a flop because it's been his first season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even those top managers make those bad signings. Yeah. They they do make those bad signings. Sometimes you see a player, you think, this player would fit my system, only to come, you realize that hey, this
But
guy can't.
since Pep went to City, I don't think he has any player that he's signed. I don't think there is any flop. You see the Kepa type of flop. There is no such flop in City.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Though, who signed Caballero at City? Was it not
He
Pep?
was there during Pellegrini's time.
It was Pellegrini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and Nani, their striker, Jesus. Who signed Jesus?
Yes. Jesus was there
Jesus
before.
was Pep. Pep brought
Oh,
in
Jesus was
Jesus
Pep.
20. It was
Yeah,
in 2018 January.
yes, Jesus was Pep.
Okay.
Jesus was Pep, and I think to me Jesus is overrated. The number of chances
Jesus
that
is
guy
is a good player.
no. The number of chances that guy gets. Yeah. De Bruyne should be having more assists than what he has now. That guy is wasting De Bruyne's assists. That's my opinion. I watch him week in, week out, and I'm like, if this was Aguero or Bomayang or a Martial,
But you see,
even
we also have to consider the fact that he's young. Many players like Drogba, Van Persie, your Agueros, when they were his age, they were not banging in goals like Jesus
but when
does right now.
but when
So we have
when
to
when,
consider the fact that
when
he's still young.
those guys were Jesus's age, they were not in a world class squad like what Jesus has. That's my point.
Yeah, I
look
think
look at look at Aguero. Aguero was in China.
Aguero,
Aguero was in China. Drogba was playing in some mid-table French league, French team. Yeah. Van Persie was a second choice striker at Arsenal. You get. As a matter
yeah,
of fact, I think he was still at Feyenoord. Yes, I think he came to Arsenal at 23. I think so,
he
22 or
came at
23.
Arsenal at. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I think what you mentioned that doesn't favor Jesus is the way he's just a normal player in a world class team, and that's what makes him stand out as somebody who is not performing according to what the team dictates or what he's supposed to do. Yeah, so I think he should do more, and he's not such a good player for that team.
Yeah. Uh, I'm I'm thinking it's recently during last
Yeah,
season, De Bruyne was
yeah,
quoted saying, if he had Cristiano Ronaldo, as his
yeah,
striker, he would be having 40 assists per season. That shows you. That shows you. The guy gets chances. It's not that he does not get them. Even
yeah,
one-on-ones with keepers, you get.
yeah,
But I know he will grow because he's still young. There's still growth in him. But with that world-class team that surrounds him, you get his numbers
He's
need to be
he's
high.
like uh, he's like Welbeck when Welbeck was in Manu.
Yeah, but now with Welbeck, he was not even a starter. He was behind Rooney and Van Persie. You get, but this
Oh
guy
yeah,
starts week in, week out. Unless actually the
yeah.
season I think he's had more starts than Aguero, because Aguero
Than Aguero.
has been injured and he's been Pep has been trying to manage him. You get,
Yeah.
let's hope he improves. I hope he proves me wrong. Yeah, I hope he proves me wrong. I Because if he can just add a 30% on what he has, trust me, City will have a better chance of winning the league next season. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it from today's show. It's been a wonderful show. Speaking about transfers are still going on. We'll be continuing to talk about transfers because it's still open till I think the first week of October. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, teams are still. I'm hoping by then we will sit down and analyze who has had the best, who has had the worst.
Yeah.
So just to finish off,
Yeah.
just to finish off, who is that one player in your club that you think must go, must leave, can't stay?
Well, personally, Kepa. Kepa needs
Okay,
to go.
Kepa must go. So Arsenal, unfortunately, Arsenal has so many of them. Let's hear from Arsenal.
I'll say Luis for now.
David Luiz.
Yeah, David Luis.
Okay. I would have said Sanchez, but Sanchez is gone for Man United. Um, right now, I think it's Phil Jones. Phil Jones needs to go. Unfortunately, he's injured again. We can't sell him. We are stuck with him. But Phil Jones needs to go. If there's one uh, person that, if Ole releases, I'll be happy, is Phil Jones. Because he's not even starting when he's fit. When he's given the chances to play, he's
Yeah.
doing a lot of David Luiz. It's like they were cut from the same clothes with David Luiz. Yeah, he's always on a madness, and you're wondering what's this guy on. I remember the Sunderland game. He cost
Yeah.
us. Yeah, still that from that day, I don't think he's been given any other Premier League game. Yeah, so for me, it would be um, what's his name, the Phil Jones.
Phil Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. Thanks
And
for
so
joining us. Yeah.
before we sign out,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on today's game between Atalanta
Sorry.
and PSG?
Sorry.
What are your thoughts on today's game between PSG and Atalanta?
Um. First of all, I think both teams are still scoring based on how their season has been. I think Champions League is going to be hard on PSG. This is my reasoning. Um, the French league uh, was suspended or was
Yeah.
terminated.
Yeah.
So PSG has not been playing serious football for 3 months.
Yeah.
The other people have been playing for 2 months. You get that gives the other teams from other leagues more chance of progressing compared to the
Yes.
PSGs.
The
Uh,
French clubs.
most French Leon. I think Leon came in at a time when Juve were not at their best. Since restart, I've watched almost every Juventus game, and we were like, "What are these
And
guys playing?"
they have
If
been
these
poor.
guys were in the Premier League, these guys would be finishing fifth, sixth, not winning the league. You get, yeah,
Yeah.
because the amount of Premier League is very hard. and very fast. And they were playing slow football, lethargic football. Their midfield was nowhere to be seen. Ronaldo seemed to be playing alone. If Dybala is not there, it is very hard to create chances. There was no creativity in their team. So I think Lyon took advantage, and Lyon just needed a goal, by the way, because they had a 1-goal advantage. They just needed a goal, and that's what worked for them. PSG might, because they have quality in the attack, so that might work in their favor. But I see Atalanta progressing to the next stage because it's a one-match knockout. I see
Atalanta have a good attack, but you also see their defense sometimes is leaky. This season they have scored I think 98 league goals.
Yeah.
So that might help them, but they need to be wary of PSG's attack.
PSG's attack. Is Mbappe playing?
Yes, Tuchel said he's fit, but I think he might start from the bench.
So let's see how it goes. I'm a neutral in that. I don't support either clubs. Matter of fact, I'd rather, if I was to choose, I'd rather support Atalanta than PSG. I've never been a fan of PSG. But let's see. Whoever wins, it doesn't add any value to us, United. So I'll watch it as a neutral. I enjoy watching games as a neutral so that I can celebrate goals by each side. It always gives me an opportunity to celebrate good goals. Because sometimes when you're supporting one team and the other team scores a beautiful goal, you can't celebrate. But when I'm a neutral, I celebrate, my friend. I celebrate every goal. I get the opportunity to celebrate every goal.
And you become a fan of the winning team.
Yes. I'm like, whoever wins, I'm supporting who wins. Who scores, I'm celebrating with them. Otherwise, thanks, guys, for joining us. You can shout out your socials so that fans can also join, look for you on socials. Caprice?
Well, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at DJ Caprice. DJ, then Caprise here. Simple as that.
For me, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Joe_Temesi. TEMESI. Joe_Temesi.
And I'm always Hansel, just like the Hansel you see on the screen. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. On YouTube, I'm mostly known as Animations because of the cartoons that I make. On Facebook, it's just Hansel Oyango. Twitter the same, Instagram the same. I withdrew from TikTok for personal reasons. For personal reasons. Otherwise, thanks, guys. Have a blessed night. Let's go and enjoy the game tonight. See you.
Thank you.
See you maybe next Monday, because I don't think next Monday there will be a match. And then Europa League semi-final, second leg, I think. I'm not sure. But most likely, not second leg, second game. Most likely they will be played on the same day. So see you on Monday. I'll get a topic that we discuss by Monday and see how we keep this channel alive. Keep subscribing if you're not subscribed. Like the content, share the content. Above all, stay safe and stay within a godly condition or situation or circumstance. May the Lord cover you in everything that you do.
Cheers.